How's it going, everybody? I am back at Roll Tech here in Santa Ana with George. We're talking about the cool things you guys have been up to since I was last here, 2020?
2020, I believe it was, yeah.
With Chameleon antennas, so let's check it out.
How's it going, Josh?
Good, how you doing?
Doing
good
great,
to see
man.
you again.
Good to
Thanks for
see
inviting
you.
me back out. You have a ton of stuff on the table. We make sure we're good.
Yeah,
So
it's a ton of different products we've been working on. Modifying some of our current products.
Yep. And this is a working space.
Yes, yes.
We've got literal CNCing going on over here.
Yeah.
So this is a legit in-work manufacturing location. So don't mind the noise.
Please, yes. I know it does get very loud here
Yeah,
at times.
yeah.
So, but yeah, a lot of different things we've been working on. We've gotten, as you said, new machines. So I think last time you were here, this was one of our new additions.
We started the video here.
Yes.
And things have changed a lot. Don't worry, you'll see it.
Yeah, we'll give you a full tour.
Yeah,
in a minute
it's
here.
really interesting. You guys said you've been adding a machine almost every year.
About
basically.
every year, yes.
So the intensity of ham radio has not gone down.
It has not. It has
good,
gone up,
good.
up, and up. And we're trying to keep up with it. That's the biggest part.
Yeah, yeah.
So a couple products here, actually, I'll take you through.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff here.
One big news that we have is we're now working with Shakespeare Military.
Shakespeare Military.
Yeah.
Totally related to the fishing pole company, right? It's the same group?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing for them is they're looking to modify some of our current products into military.
Cool.
So one of the things that we have
That's a big one.
is
That's
the
a big
Hybrid
boy.
Mini.
Yeah.
Right? So everybody knows this one. Normally comes with the SO239 on the bottom.
Right.
So now we're working prototypes of actually having a BNC connector
So
on here.
the military wants BNC.
Looks
Really?
that way. Yeah, that's what they're
Okay.
asking for. I think it's a little easier. You don't have to sit there and crank. You just pop it in.
Yeah.
So
I've worked with military radios, and a lot of times they have these rotating ratcheting connectors.
Uh-huh.
Did they bug you about trying to load those?
They
onto
have,
it?
yes.
They have,
So,
right?
yeah.
Have you played with those?
I have not
Those
yet.
are gnarly.
No. Really?
Yeah, they're a knuckle buster. If you get it on there and it locks,
It's not going
tough
to
it's tough to break
Yeah.
it loose. Yeah.
So we have a trip coming up down to South Carolina, I believe, is
Oh, cool.
where their headquarters is.
Right.
Which I'm looking very forward to because I'm going to get to play with a lot of stuff.
Cool.
And they're really looking to, they have a lot of things on their end that they are looking to better and kind of incorporate with a lot of our product.
They need robust and easy
Yes.
and effective,
And
right?
effective.
That's like the three.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Sneak preview, you don't get to see a lot of it.
Okay, here we go.
Are working on a coil antenna.
Like a vertical?
Like a vertical
Oh.
coil, which will actually be...
Like a tunable,
Yes,
a tapped vertical.
correct.
Interesting.
So it'll work with all of our vertical products. So you'll be able to
So
put it
the
on
M-Pass,
the M-Pass.
section mast,
Yep.
the telescopic,
Yep.
the whole. Okay. Okay.
TDL. So
What
little
are you
sneak
thinking
preview
band-wise?
on
What are
there.
you thinking band-wise?
Band, you know what? I'm gonna have to. I have
Okay,
it written
okay,
down. It's
okay.
not on the top of my head.
No problem,
I'll get
no
it for
problem.
you though,
Yeah.
and then you can insert it.
Okay, yeah,
somewhere.
we'll
put it right here. So yeah, that's something we're working on here. We got some finger stocks that we.
What is a finger? Okay, now I'm interested. What is
yeah,
a finger?
so the
it's
finger
full of
stock,
fingers in there.
It's full of fingers, yes. So this will actually be inside of an enclosure, and this will
Well,
allow
I'm
you to
familiar
kinda
with this.
go
This is enameled wire.
Correct.
I know all about this, but this I don't know.
Yes. So the finger stock, they'll be.
That usually goes on like the
It'll be on
interior,
the interior.
and then you
And then
almost
you'll be able
slide
to
it
slide
like
it out. So it'll be like a
screwdriver.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a sliding coil.
Can I
Please.
get this on the camera? Yeah, so you can see it's sectioned.
Yeah, and that'll be cut down to size, obviously, and then it'll go on the inside.
So
of
this
the
is going to
coil cover.
wrap,
Yes, and then
and
you'll
it's
be
going
able
to
to
slide up and down,
Correct.
just like a screwdriver.
Just like a
Nice, but then you're going to do the Roll Tech aluminum.
The Rolltech aluminum.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, right on, right
make
on.
it look good.
That's cool.
It's not going to be made out of PVC.
Yeah,
I promise you that.
okay.
So.
Because some of those, no offense to Wolf River, but some of those that are made of PVC,
Yes.
if you hit it with 100 watts, they'll start like.
Oh yeah, it'll melt down.
Yeah, it starts getting a
It
little
will
soft.
take heat. It definitely will take heat for you. So, so that's another thing that we're working on. So the coil.
Okay.
I don't recall if in 2020. So this was our original winder that we had.
Right, on
that
the
came with
MCOM
everything.
2.
On the MCOM 2.
A
On,
myriad of things.
Oh yeah, the M-passes on the TD. And so in 2020 during the
Peak COVID. Well,
peak
yeah,
COVID, which was a very good time for us because we had a lot of time to work.
Right. Yeah.
Because it was just us here
For
locked in
people
here.
who get things done,
Yes.
COVID wasn't actually that bad.
Was not
because
that
we
bad.
just nose down, just go,
Yeah.
right?
It was very quiet.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
traffic to come to work.
Traffic was
so-
great. Yeah.
Had to be at work real
Yep.
quick. So we, because we're selling so many of these, we actually created our own mold.
Okay.
And so now we get them molded. Has our logo on it. Has
So this
a
is
lot of
injection molded.
injection molded.
So I'm going to hold up the two. So that was the original. It's almost like a cutting board
Just a cutting-
plastic.
yeah, cutting board plastic.
And so now you've got this nice winder there. That's cool.
Yeah.
ABS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so not only does it look better, it functions better, but it's also much quicker to make, because when we were doing this one, we were running everything
Literally
on CNC.
on an expensive machine
on an
that could
expensive
be
machine
doing
that could be
actual
doing something
harder
else, yeah.
things.
And then after that, we actually started getting them laser cut. It also takes a lot of time.
Right.
We
Right.
have 10,000 of these boxed up over there. I'll show you guys in a minute.
Yeah, because you got a mold. You could just make a big old mold and just slam.
Yeah, it takes 3 days to make 10,000.
That's
It's
nuts.
fantastic.
That's nuts.
The reason
Probably
I'm-
cheaper. Well, I mean, obviously the process, but
yeah.
material-wise, that's cheaper.
Yes.
Over the
Yeah.
long run,
so
too.
for us, the mold is what costs us a little bit more to
Sure.
design it and get it going.
Yep.
But because it's something that's never going to go away for us, at least not in the anytime near future.
Right.
Now to get them molded is very
That's
quick.
awesome.
The
Great.
fun thing about it too is that we can do different colors. And I'll give you another little teaser. We are going to be bringing out kind of a special edition OD green on these
Okay.
for a little while.
Yep.
Just to kind of mix it up.
Now, I have to say, as much as I appreciate you guys are working with Shakespeare and whatnot, and I love the tactical colors,
Yeah.
bright orange.
Bright orange.
Give me something that, like, if I drop it, I don't lose
You're
it.
not going to lose it.
Right.
Okay.
I know that it's generally attached to the antenna.
Yeah.
The wire is usually there. But the other advantage too, if it's bright, is when it's at the end of the antenna and you've got it hooked up, then people
You
see
know
it.
where the end-
well, not
yeah.
just I know where it is, but like if you've got somebody that walks by, they're going to be more hesitant to just
Not walk right into it.
clothesline themselves. So
I'll make a note of that.
Yeah,
Let's see if we can do
think
a
about
special,
it.
special
Something
edition, make a couple
bright
bright
pink.
colors.
Do it in
We got a bright
pink.
yellow here.
That's what I yeah.
So
that-
this is kind of cool.
Yeah, because if you think about it, we're not doing tactical communications
Yeah.
generally, right? I mean, we all like to think
We like to
are.
think we do,
Yeah,
exactly.
But it's really nice to have something
All right.
bright. You don't lose it.
I'll see what we can do on that.
You want something like this, right?
Perfect.
Super bright.
You don't want to lose it. But yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up, and I'm showing you this guy here. So this is a 3D mold, 3D printed mold,
Right.
which we're doing a lot now to run prototypes. Right here, it's actually printing a box. But this is Julian. I don't know if you guys remember him from last time. My brother-in-law, he runs Rolltech here. We work together. So he's an engineer. He'll kind of give you a little bit more detail on what we're doing here and how it helps us with our prototypes.
Yeah, so first we do is basically doing the design on my computer. We have a program. So the best idea to go with these prototypes is going first, obviously, on the program. And later on, the 3D print is one of the greatest options we have, in the sense that we can test the part, see it, basically work with it, and then make sure that everything is according to the need of you guys. And then after that, then we can start thinking about the mold, making the mold, or running the parts on the machine as you guys saw. Well, yeah, we are using the Clarity CR10 Pro, or Smart, I should say. And one of the benefits of this 3D printer is that you can leave it on overnight, and then that's gonna shut off automatically.
So once it finishes whatever we're running, it'll shut itself
Exactly.
off.
But a very low failure rate. Is it always very consistent?
Yeah, it is. It is very consistent, and also, well, the slicing program we are using is the Cura, which is one of the most popular. So that's a really help for us. For the design, I'm using another program, obviously the one that I use for my machines. But yeah, all working together, we can make parts happen.
Yeah.
So
Prototypes.
Because that's very
And go from
reminiscent of the NFED antenna.
Yes.
Dual-sided.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The LEFS.
Yes.
Is what you're talking about.
Yeah, the sloping NFED.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
So this we're working on right now, and I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this or not, but
Uh-oh.
I'm going to tell you regardless.
Carl, just
Plug your ears real quick. Look away. No, this is what we're trying to do is same principle with the mold. We're trying to reduce costs on our end,
Right.
which inevitably can reduce costs for the customer as well if
Sure.
we're able to save on products
Sure,
and
absolutely.
material without compromising our kind of our motto of having strong,
Right.
you know, machined items. So what we want to do with this, you're very right on it. It is for the LEFS.
Okay.
But we're also going to be able to use it for our portable antenna.
Portable
Yes.
antenna.
So
Okay.
the MCOM portable.
MCOM portable?
Yeah, that we have.
Yeah.
Which looks kind of like this.
Yeah.
This is a very bad version of it.
I mean, that's very
But
reminiscent
this is
of
what
the
it
two.
is. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So it'll be one winder, and it'll be we're making the box actually. So the box is being made in our 3D printer. I'll take you over there.
Oh, so it's not going to be a
So
commercial
it's not going to be a
enclosure
commercial.
thing.
It's going to be our own.
Uh-huh.
And so it'll have dual purpose. So one winder can be used for LEFS or for our portable.
Okay.
And yes, it would be possible that it will no longer be heat shrunk. It'll actually be contained in a box.
Right, because that's
Yes,
what
so
it
the
is
portable
now.
currently has a heat shrink around it.
Right.
And so it might go into a box and we'll be able to use it, and it'll
Okay.
have the same durability as our other winder. And again, getting away from this kind of, like you said, cutting board type of.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, it's rugged enough that it's not a big deal. Is this, you think this is going to be final PLA? Because that's what this is, right? It's prototype PLA?
Yes, so this is a prototype. You know, we obviously wouldn't sell anything that's 3D printed, because if you put that out in the sun, it's just going to crinkle.
I was going to ask you, yeah. That's what I was curious about. So this is like a prototype.
This is a prototype.
Okay.
We'll run a few of them. We did the same thing with this guy, and you know, once we get a final approval and we make, you know, give it a couple tests, we have our R&D team in Reno that their job is to break stuff.
Okay.
So we make, you know, they have some ideas.
You make, they break.
You know, me and my brother-in-law here at Roll Tech, we design it, we make it look good, and then their job is to break it.
Right.
You know, I'm like,
Right.
break this, teach me where it'll break.
Right.
And then we'll put it into production.
Great.
So
That's
maybe
fantastic.
a few months out on this one.
Same concept as the
Same
NFED sloper, though,
concept
as
as
far
the
as band
NFED.
coverage.
Yes.
Okay, so NFED, some kind of transformer. Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you've noticed, there are 3 little dots on the back of this winder.
Yes. Okay.
So-
They're like,
We actually haven't
pre-drilled
touched on that
holes?
at all, on
Okay.
what that is for. And I'm curious if you could take a guess of what that's for.
well, that's S in Morse code.
Yeah, correct, it is.
So what would that be for? An antenna connection, like
Yes.
a coax connector.
Correct.
So
So
if you-
we actually marked
Your
it.
BNC goes boop,
So your SO239 will
like the
go in there.
bulkhead mount with the pass through.
So it's perfectly, I don't have one here. That's a,
So if you, I'm holding it up. It looks pretty close.
this guy here.
Yeah.
So it's perfectly drilled out for your
SO239.
SO239.
So you're gonna-
And that kind of allows, you know, the customer or, you know, whoever has these
Right.
to kind of, if they wanted to do some sort of
Because you do the transformer on the
configuration.
back side,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So we sell them, you know, on their own. You can buy, I think, a
Oh,
pack
okay.
of 4. And so a lot of people were saying, you know, that they wanted to use it as some sort of dipole, and stretch it out. So we just went through there and marked the holes. So then all you got to do is drill them out.
Got it.
And
So
you're set.
you'd have this as your center connector on the dipole,
And then you can stretch
and
it
it could be
out.
like a 1-to-1 on
Yeah.
or something like that.
And
or,
so
sorry,
that's more of
balance.
a-
And then you'd have the 2
allowing
legs,
you to kind of modify and have, you know,
giving the user some control over
of
what they want to do.
wanna
with it. Nice, cool.
And
That's great.
this is the only place that we've said that before, and we're going to run a contest on our website. So if you saw this video, you're going to win. We'll put more details about it on our website when we do release that. But
So,
there will be a contest basically asking who can guess what that is for, and we don't have exactly, it'll be, you know, whoever emails us, you know, maybe number 200 or something like that.
Okay.
So stay tuned for that on the
Okay,
website
all right.
or on our Instagram.
Okay,
wherever you
very
follow
cool.
us.
Very cool.
And then just a couple other things. You know, we never
this
stop innovating here.
Right. So this is
and we're
all
always
aluminum.
This is all aluminum. We are playing with the idea of making a high-powered hybrid style antenna.
Okay. So it would still be the.
It would still work the same way. It would just
Yeah.
be pushing a lot of power out of there. I don't know. You know, we have one that we made that's very big.
Right.
So that's the reason of the aluminum. We want it to be more rugged. It has to hold more heat.
Soak
but
up
that's
some heat.
one issue that we also had is now the aluminum is keeping a lot of heat. So we're doing heat
Right.
tests and
So all antennas of this variety,
Yes.
right, are going to get heat soaked eventually if you put
Yes.
the power into it for a prolonged amount of
Yeah.
time. So the curiosity I have is that's not a lot of space
It's
to
not.
cram a transformer in
It's
there.
not. So we're going stacked.
Stacked. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because this is very small. And you, what do you think the power watt output is going to be, or your goal?
We're going to like 100.
100 on digital? Oh wow. Okay, so that would be like 250
Yeah,
something
right
on
around
single
there.
sideband.
Yeah. But again, it's still, that one's very kind of far out.
Yeah. But
it
it's
might never
innovation,
even
right?
go. Yeah.
You're constantly thinking about what's the next thing.
Where
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
going to go.
Right on.
So very cool. I love this design. I wish maybe we can incorporate it in something different.
I like. I mean, as much as I like this for the heat dissipation capability, I just like your Delrin.
The
stuff.
Delrin, yeah.
I think this is. It's light. It's very rigid. It's very durable.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of that.
Yeah, especially now with the white color, it helps the heat as well. That was one of the reasons.
UV
I
as
know
well.
a lot of people have asked, well, why did you guys switch from the black to the white? The main reason was, a little bit of the heat. Also, again, during COVID, the pandemic, it was very difficult for us to get the black color.
round stock.
Yeah, it was,
Really?
And so that was the main reason why we started searching for a different color. So it's the exact same material. And
Right,
then
it's just dyed.
It's,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
and
just
then
dyed.
after we realized that, in fact, it can dissipate a little bit more heat than the black one. It's not tremendous.
Right. Yeah.
But it worked for us,
Cool.
and so we stuck with the white for a while. But there is absolutely no difference on operations and how it works or specs aside
Fantastic.
from the color.
Yeah.
Because we did have a little confusion for a while of people thinking it was a completely different. We're like, it's just
Same
the color.
Same thing.
Everything is
the same. Yeah. And that's. I mean, this is what it looks like at the end.
That is what-
Aside from this guy, right?
Yep. So that's the micro. Like we said, basically the same thing. We've been working on potentially offering.
This is a Shakespeare kind of ask
Yes.
for this kind of thing.
Yes. And so this wouldn't be limited just to them.
Yeah.
It would be something that we could offer. It's not plugged in there. Yeah. So
I thought this was the loose part. So same kind of concept. This would be wider normally,
this would be wider
Right,
normally
for an SO239.
SO239.
but now Hybrid Mini, you can
We'll
have
have
a BNC.
A BNC connector on there. And I know a lot of people prefer, I think it's kind of a preference for, civilian, some people
Yeah,
like BNC,
absolutely.
some people like,
I'm of the mindset that like if the antenna will do 100 watts portable, SO239.
okay.
If it's like less than that, generally BNC, because I'm probably going to be using like a QRP radio with it. 705 or an Elecraft KX2 or something like that.
Yeah, when I first started exploring with Chameleon, is SO239. That's what I learned. That's what I
Right,
like, and
right.
so.
Yep.
But the BNC looks really cool on the micro because it's smaller.
Right.
And so now it looks like it's meant to
Yeah,
go there,
that-
which is really cool.
I agree. I'm down. 100% on board.
Yeah. So that's kind of some of the new products that we're kind of playing with. One other thing, and I don't have anything to show you,
Okay.
but we also are playing with the idea of a high-powered loop antenna,
Oh.
like the F loop.
Okay.
And
So that size,
Yeah.
or that's the goal.
that size, it's going to be bigger.
It has to be. Yeah, to soak up that
And
heat.
it's going to be fully enclosed,
Okay.
water resistant,
Oh.
with a remote tuner.
So you
So
could
similar-
mount it outside and
Absolutely.
just leave it.
Yeah.
And then you remote it in the shack.
Correct.
Nice. Very nice.
So very similar to, we have our F Loop 3.0 now.
Right.
And we just unveiled the remote tuner.
Yes.
Which is
I have a video on that.
Two versions of it.
Oh.
One for our previous F Loop, the 2.0.
Oh, okay. So
and
you do have the 2.0.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we released
Yeah,
it for
great.
the 2.0, which in fact,
Because I know that's part of it right
we
here,
go.
right?
Yeah.
You
So
wanna
that's
grab
part
this?
of it. So yeah, here we go.
That's the
So this is the 3.0. Which
right with
is-
the plate. You need
with
the plate for the
So you need
mounting.
the plate for the mounting. So what you would do is initially, if you have a 3.0,
Right.
there's no plate here. You
Right.
just have your knob. You take your knob off, you add the plate, and then your motor goes right in front of it
And
here.
then the plug is where you've got the power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, very similar if you have the 3.0,
Yeah,
which
you got it,
or
yeah.
the original casing
That's
here.
the enclosure.
Yeah. Sample. I think this is one of the last ones we have. So this is the enclosure.
Right.
So
Oh, I
normally,
see. Yeah. Because it's an acrylic face.
it's an acrylic face.
Yeah.
So all we did was we give you an acrylic face that fits
Perfect.
the motor mount.
Right.
You pop it on there.
Yeah.
And now your motor fits in the front. And so you actually can take the same
Perfect.
motor
Right.
mount and cover.
Because nobody
and just
wants to
pop
have
it.
two SKUs that they have to
nobody-
manufacture.
And so, exactly. So literally the only difference between the 2.0 or even our 1.0 for our older aficionados, the only difference is you either have an aluminum plate for the 3.0
face.
version or you have an acrylic. And it's not actually clear. It's a white color because, so you don't actually get to see it.
Right. Yeah, of course. Because that has the band sheet on it, the covered sheet.
So yeah, both of those are out and available. I know the 3.0 for the 3.0 version, we did a sale like in November, started shipping in December.
Yep.
For the 2.0 or the original F Loop, shipping just started out for all of the pre-orders last week.
Cool.
So anybody that pre-ordered one should have one by now, and they're up on our website right now for both models. Another quick little teaser for you. We are working on a automatic tuner addition for your remote tuner.
I may or
Do you already
may
have
not
one?
have a prototype.
You
of
might
this.
have one.
I do.
You might have
I
one.
do have one. I just didn't think I was supposed to talk about it.
Yeah. So as long as we're doing so that's in the final testing.
Okay.
Basically to make sure that again it doesn't break,
Sure.
or if it does, you fix it.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of new products coming out, testing, playing with, but kind of to loop back to our high power loop.
Yeah.
So again, it's going to be high power loop. I'll get the specs for you because I don't have them off my head. Again, you can put them right here.
Yes.
I watch enough of your videos.
I can
got
put that on there. Yeah.
And it's going to be all enclosed with the remote tuner integrated.
Right.
To make it water resistant.
Excellent. Yeah.
And that is in the works right now. We're hoping. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I don't want to give any deadlines on when that'll be ready.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Yes, with everything that's going on. But yeah, I mean, if you want to take a little tour of the shop, and I'll show you some of the new items.
Things have changed.
we
So
got.
yeah, let's take a pan around the room. Obviously,
we'll start with our classic one.
This
if you want.
was going live when we were here the last time.
Yeah,
and
so
I guess
think-
tell everybody what this is too.
So this is
Run
for you
CNC.
football fans, yes. So this is a CNC mill. It's a VF2 by Haas, which is American made. So this is an American machine. We pride on having most of our things being American made. So on that same note, our machinery is American made. And so what this is, it's basically a vertical mill. So it does anything downwards. It drills, it bores. So we have which is what it's working on right now, is our micros. So these are made solid and round. So this will come through, drill out the shafts here to make sure the beads fit. It'll make the holes for the top, and it'll tap the holes.
Okay.
So once
it's
it comes
the plunge and then removing material.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So actually, if you want to hold those two there.
Oh
you'll
yeah.
see.
So this is the different stages. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. So see the bit of the work here.
The white doesn't make it easy to
No, it
notice,
doesn't. But it's a bit
but it does.
more rounded on this end versus just round
And
stock.
what that does is it holds the beads in there snug, and that way you don't
Right.
have any shake. They're not going to break as easily.
And by beads, you mean the transformer piece. And now it's gone forever. It's gone.
Oops. No, yes, the transformer beads will hold
Right.
them in there. And so I think we can run it here. So the cool thing about right now, we have a fixture that runs 6 at a time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's the center drill. So that'll mark where the holes are going to go right there. So it'll come down and go do all 4 of them.
Delrin's kind of an interesting material because it will kind of like melt a little bit, right?
Yes, you have to be, well, it is very high resistant to heat. Of course, with these machines running really fast,
Right.
you have to be cautious of not going too fast because it'll start melting and you don't want it to melt. But for the most part, it's probably one of our easier materials to work with. Aluminum is also extremely easy to work with.
Yeah.
Once you start getting into some of these steels, that's what's rough. So there you see. So it marked
Did a
the
bit
center
change.
and now does a bit change, and comes out, and drills the holes out.
Yeah, so you got all these little tailing pieces, right? That
Yeah.
do those just get sucked up and blown into a trap or something like that? Or
So those actually usually we're running it with air. These machines have
okay.
both air and water.
okay,
This one specifically, we have it designated for plastic use only.
okay.
So we actually have never run coolant through here. That's what I meant by water. It's
Oh,
coolant.
got it.
We've never ran coolant through this machine because we haven't ran anything but plastic on this.
Oh, okay. So then now it's building up all these little threads. What do you do with it? You just pull it off?
We'll
at the
just
end?
pull it off at
Okay.
the end, or like I mentioned, sometimes we have air coming out, just
To
blow
blow
in
it
air
free.
and then it'll blow it out.
You have the air off right now for the video.
For the video. Yes.
Okay,
If
well,
not,
thank
it
you.
would be very loud and
It's
annoying.
very loud, yeah.
It's annoying when we're just working and not doing a video.
This is an AirPods friendly shop, is what
Yes.
you're saying.
And you do want to be careful sometimes when you get a lot of plastic on the bits like that, because if you do keep running it, it will jam up and break.
Well,
the
yeah,
bit.
particularly if you do a bit change too,
Yeah.
right? Who knows if that, yeah.
So on this one particularly should be
This is just
okay.
a demonstration, guys. Don't be in the
Yes.
comments, all you CNC guys. I would never
Yes.
run my machine like that. How
Yes,
dare
correct.
you
It's
let it
just-
clog up like that? Because
Yes,
I can
that's a
already see the YouTube comments coming.
And
So there,
in
it just
fact,
swapped it.
There's the bit change, and it should
Yep.
stop here. No, it didn't.
One
So
more.
there's your taps.
Oh yeah.
So now that'll come in, tap
You
on
need
every
that.
single one. So it'll go down and then reverse it on its own.
Yep.
The integrated clutch there.
So things have changed a lot here. So obviously this is the Haas machine, right? And behind us there used to be a desk where they would roll the transformers or
Yep,
different
we would work
things.
on the different
Or
transformers.
toroids or whatever.
Toroids, yeah.
But now you've got another Haas machine.
Yeah. And now this is actually brand new. We just got it in like 12 days ago.
Okay.
It was
Bigger. That's a
delivered.
bigger boy than the
It
one.
is a bigger one than
Yeah.
what we had originally here. And we have right over here, I don't know if you can see it in the shot,
We'll
but we
turn
can
it,
we'll
yeah.
get it. It's essentially the same version, but a little lower capacity.
Okay.
So this one, again, like I said, just was delivered about like 2 weeks ago. I think we have electrician coming in later today
Oh, cool.
to hook
Yeah.
her up. And then next week we have our Haas technician that'll come in and get her all
Do the
set up.
calibration, all
Yeah,
that
and they
fun
do
stuff.
a little bit of training on them,
Yep.
showing us the new features that it has. But what's really cool about this lathe, so it's a CNC lathe, is that it has
That is for exterior.
for exterior. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically anything that's round, we can make. You can feed a, so we'll feed a Del Ring, 10-foot pipe into here, and it'll just.
Oh, lathe, so it's horizontal.
Horizontal.
Oh, okay, okay,
So
got it.
what we'll do is, we get the Del Ring, I think it's like a 20-foot rod.
Is it a tube or is it
No,
hollow?
it's solid.
It's solid.
It's solid.
Okay.
Yeah, so
you got to hog all that out in the middle,
yep,
and then
that's
also.
that's what they do. That's
Got
what that
it.
machine does.
Oh, that'll do the middle too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So
okay.
what that'll do is
Here, let me hold that
we'll
up
cut
against
it
the people.
down.
So it starts out as just a really long
Tube.
run of this, and they
Basically.
go and notch it out,
The
and then
smaller one?
hog out the
Uh-huh.
opening, and then just chop, 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 chop.
So here's actually like the first step that it does.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep. So
Literally, you can
that's
see
gonna
the
be a
steps.
hybrid micro.
It's just a tube with a base, right? So it hogs out the interior
Yeah.
and then chops it out.
So it'll be solid
So that's the solid chunk.
chunk right there. That's what's left over at the end.
Oh,
Hollow
this is
it
what
out.
I was holding on to?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is
Much
a big one. though.
bigger.
Big.
Yes.
yeah.
It works a lot of different products. One of the things that we're able to do in there is our ends for our RXL loop.
Oh, yeah. The ends, you're talking about at the end
So
of the loop?
at the end, yeah.
the,
Unlike the
little
F loop.
Screw connector hole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So unlike the F loop, it is made out of the solid
yes.
pipe tube. So we need something that we can fit that loop in there.
Oh, because
Yeah.
wasn't the loop pieces just tapped in before?
Those are for the 1-inch tube that goes on the F loop.
Speaking of that, video on that, again, I have to do another video to catch everybody up because you did a updated
Yes.
preamp.
Yes, correct.
And
so we have the RXL Pro, the receiver.
Yes. Okay, very good. More stuff. This was all here before. This guy was
This
here.
guy was here.
Yeah.
Some of the new things have been shuffled around. We moved our other lathe
guy.
in the back here.
Yeah. You also have more people here.
We do have more people
than
yes.
it was.
It took us a little bit of time, but we're running now. I think at like 3 or 4 at a time. So we have a crew of like 6.
Okay.
And these guys are really hard workers. They come in here much earlier than I do. As much as I hate to admit that. So, but I'm a late worker. I work late.
Okay.
Like late into the night.
Yeah.
So yeah, right now we're running 1, 2, 3, 4 machines at a time.
This is your MPass.
This goes in
section.
our MPass, yes.
Yeah.
So this is our mill extent whip, foldable. Yep. So it'll
Shot
fold
corded.
into 4 sections.
Yep.
And so that will actually, so again with these,
You got to do that in sections to
correct.
Yeah, okay. So this is the work here?
both of them. So
Okay.
we do, the tube is purchased again, like 25-foot rod.
Right.
We cut it to size. Then we have to pop it in here to bore out the
To
inside.
chamfer it.
And it's 2 different sizes. So we have to bore out for the insert.
Yeah.
Now this is pressure fit into here,
Oh, okay.
which also we buy 20-foot rods. That we
Right,
have to
of course.
cut.
Yeah.
Bore it out, make sure the insert is properly in there, installed.
Right.
We check these a lot. When we first started making it, we had the issue that these would slide out. So the position of the boring out for the tube for the insert needs to be perfect,
Okay.
or else these will fall out or not go in. Then we have to bore out the other side so that you have a nice, smooth
Right.
connection every time you go.
So you got to
in there.
machine out the inside, but then you also got the end caps you got to do too as well, right?
Yep, and
So
that same machine does both the male and female version.
Got it.
We pop those in there, pin them. Of course, we have to send it out to get anodized.
Right. And the color is fantastic. That's one of my favorite
Yes.
things on this one. So,
So
Right on.
same thing. It took us a while to even find a company that was able to get this color that we wanted.
Okay.
It's kind of
it's a great color.
a tricky color
Yeah.
for them to do, and a lot of people didn't. So we finally did get a place that was able to do it, and so I would say this one is the one that gets probably the most attention and the most time as far as putting it together. And it's
Yeah.
one of the ones. I mean, it looks
It's
a
the
little simpler.
beefiest tent pole
Yeah.
ever made.
Exactly.
So you can probably see that.
These will be shipped out to our Reno location,
Yeah.
which is HQ for Chameleon. Most likely Monday. I think there's about 600 of these going out.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the impasse, I mean, these go in just as quick as they go out.
Yeah, if you don't mind talking about it,
Yeah.
the intensity for the MPass in particular has never died down.
No.
You can't barely keep them in stock.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, for a while, about 2 years ago, these mill extents were we didn't even have them on the website because we were using them all for the impasse. Because you can go on there and buy just
Now,
a single one.
yeah.
We had to take them out of stock because we couldn't keep them in stock long enough
Wow.
to individually sell them.
So
everything that is made here is made from raw material.
Yeah.
So we get deliveries of 25 feet of stainless steel and.
Again, if you don't mind, I'll address
Yeah.
this right now. We've gotten comments on the price.
Yes.
Chameleon antennas is more expensive than some of the competitors, but you've mentioned it, made in America.
Correct.
You're literally standing in the shop, the material comes in raw, you do the work, and it comes out, and there is a cost associated with that.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But you also can't.
It's what it is.
You can't deny the quality too. It is good stuff. It is reliable, hardy. That's why you also pay that price, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what we pride ourselves on is the quality. We want to make a better, stronger, aesthetically, make it look good.
Right.
And a lot of the products you can go to your local hardware store and get parts and put it together.
Maybe not 20 feet sections
Maybe
of
not 20
Delrin, but
yeah. If you wanted to make them out of a different material,
Right,
you can.
right.
But that's one thing that we pride ourselves on.
Excellent.
And, that's why we're giving you this tour of all
it
of our
shows. Yeah, and
machines
it's
our
only
equipment.
built up more. There's more people working.
Mm-hmm.
The demand hasn't gone down though. So
hasn't
for
gone
everybody
down,
that's
no.
watching, they're like, "Where's my antenna?"
Yeah.
Well, they're working on it. They're working on it right now.
We're working on it. So I promise you, what we're working on, our ST Haas here, is the knob for the F loop. and that goes in solid, it'll spit it out looking like that.
Oh, so we're seeing the multi-step process. So that's what it ends up looking like.
A little thicker, and then we flip it, and it'll make the little threads here on it, and do the little, you get a little grip thread.
Yeah, a little knurling.
Little design. And then the final step, which is actually done
the set screw hole.
manually, is just the set screw hole.
Nice.
When
I was here the last time, there was like one tray.
One tray, yeah.
And now you have 6 trays almost. So working on your 6th tray.
And yeah, he's still going.
Nice.
Going on them. Now, also, since I just saw it, the masts is another thing that we have this year that or
the rollover mast stand.
No, our aluminum masts that go up. Have you seen those?
I think so. Yeah. Okay.
So those are. This is a part that goes for it. It goes on the top. It's an addition to you can mount with U clamps. And different types of antennas that you have. So it's versatile not only for our antennas.
Okay.
But you can use U clamps to mount like a base antenna.
Oh, cool.
You could pop your hybrid up on here, and I'll give you some more info on that. I didn't know you didn't have any. So these are our Chameleon antenna portamasts.
It is you put it on a tripod, or
so
is it freestanding?
You can
do
there's different options for it. We have hitch mounts you can put on the back of your truck. We have a drive-up mount. You can
I need. Okay. Now that I got the truck, I need a portable, go out and do the POTA thing.
There's different sizes for it.
Okay.
So I'll give you all the details.
Okay,
again.
cool.
So we're going to add it right here. But yeah, there's different options.
Okay.
Drive-up mount.
Good.
You put it on a tripod. You can install it permanently in your house, like a flagpole.
Sure. Cool. Yeah. A lot of people are doing that now with the HOA stuff, so that's great.
The mast itself is not being made here at Rolltech. It's coming from a different location.
This is the fixture.
But the portamast for the top of it is made here.
Okay.
Solid aluminum, and it kind of has.
Is this the
design.
Final? Is this pretty much
the final? It's not anodized or anything.
Right.
I think that's their shop. That's their shop model.
Not light. Not light.
Not light.
And this is the top?
It is rugged, yes.
I was going to say, how beefy is this mast?
So it's a big boy. Yeah, it's big. I mean, it'll go up, about 20 feet or so, maybe a little higher.
20 feet with that on the end, and then whatever antenna or whatever you put on top. Ooh, buddy. All right, now I'm.
So, yeah. So if you're putting it, doing the drive up on your truck, make sure you take it down before you drive away.
Right.
Because that thing's coming down.
Kill somebody.
And disclaimer.
Yeah. So I heard George was telling me that it turns out the company that does the wire for Chameleon antenna is
right down the way.
Right down the way.
So we can go take a look at. So this is one of our partners that custom makes all of our wire with our Kevlar. They are awesome, and they make all of their wire. So we can walk over there and take a look at how they do that.
Cool.
So it'll be fun.
Let's go.
This is where we get all of our custom wire made. The Kevlar OD green wire that you buy from us. It is all manufactured here, same as everything else. It's all manufactured in the U.S. So if you take a look over here, this isn't our specific wire that they're running at the moment. But as you can see, they take all the different strands, they add the color to it. On ours, we have the Kevlar in there, so they'll add that in there as well. And as you can see, they have a bunch of different ones running here. And on this one, you can get a really clear shot of how they intertwine all of the wire in there.
Kind of easy to kind of work up a special design, something like that too. That's kind of cool.
Usually when we're, great thing about them being so close as well and working with us is all these different prototypes that we're always working on.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need 20 gauge, I need 18, 16, copper clap, whatever I need, I walk over here, and if they have it, it's ready to go. If not, they'll run a batch of a couple hundred feet, couple thousand feet.
I've never seen a machine like this before.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
I don't know why one's going clockwise and the other's going counterclockwise.
Yes.
That's multiple types of material then, right?
Correct,
that it's running out?
Wow. I want to say at the bottom is actually might be feeding the insulation, but I'm not sure.
Like the inner jacket and then the upper is the color?
Yeah. Different machinery for different types of wire and strands and things. So, very big machinery here. I don't play with these things at all.
This seems like something you could lose
you got to be careful working over here. And
lose your parts.
Lose a part here, yeah.
I'm gonna, and then it comes out over
So,
here.
yeah.
I'm gonna walk around cautiously.
I have no idea. So,
And this is what you get out the back. Oh, this is a twisted wire.
yep.
It's just a twisted pair.
Yep, it is a twist pair. You can look right here and you got the two spools twisting it as it's coming out.
Oh yeah. So it's just imparting that twist. Wow, what a cool machine. Look at that, look at that. All right, well, George, thanks again for having me out.
Oh, no, thank you for coming.
Julian and the whole team, you guys are doing awesome work. We appreciate it. Anything you want to mention or links or point people to anything, you got to get the info out?
You know, just check out our website. You know, Instagram, the handles are all the same, so it's all Chameleon Antenna.
Okay.
So on any one of them. And yeah, man, thanks. I really appreciate
Excellent.
you coming by. Hopefully next time we'll have a bigger location because it looks like we're going to need it if we keep this one machine a year thing going.
I will say, when I was here the first time, it felt like you had more in it. This actually, you put more machines in, but it doesn't feel
Opened up a
cramped.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we the biggest thing was we decluttered. We went through and did a very big spring cleaning. Got rid of
Yeah,
a lot of things.
but you put more capability in,
Yes.
which is pretty wild.
Correct,
So yeah, pretty awesome.
And I think also one thing that's different is we had a few more conventional machines when you were here last time. So manual,
Right.
We had a couple of manual lathes, a couple of manual mills, which are good to have, but you know we don't use them as much because we have so much more capacity with our CNCs. We don't need all those conventional
Cool.
machines that have been moved out.
Right on. Well, thanks again. Appreciate
Absolutely.
you guys. And check out the website. Links are in the description for everything Instagram, Chameleon's website. Go check it out. Thanks again, guys.
Thanks for watching 73.
Perfect.